remember those Mickey Mouse cartoons from the 1930s? The ones put out on DVD a few years back? Well, I hear there's one that was unreleased, even to the most avid classic Disney fans. According to most sources, it's nothing special. It's just a continuous loop, like most Flintstone scenes, of Mickey walking past 6 buildings for 2 or 3 minutes before fading out to black. And unlike the cutesy tunes put in other cartoons, however, the song on this cartoon wasn't a song at all. It was just a constant banging on a piano's keys for 1.5 minutes before going to white noise for the remainder of the film. And it wasn't the jolly old Mickey we've come to love either. Mickey wasn't dancing or even smiling. He's just kind of walking as if you or I would walk, with his head tilted to the side as he kept this dismal look upon his face. Up until a year or two ago, everyone believed it cut to black, and that was it. When Leonard Maltin was reviewing the cartoon to be put in this complete series, he decided it was too junk to be included. However, he wanted to have a digital copy due to the fact that it was a creation of Walt's. When he had digitized the version on his computer, he noticed something. The cartoon was actually 9 minutes and 4 seconds long. This is what my source, an acquaintance of Mr. Maltin, and a personal assistant to one of the higher Disney executives, emailed to me. In full. After it cut to black, it stayed like that until the 6-minute mark before going back to Mickey walking. The sound was different this time, though. Instead of the piano, there was murmuring. It wasn't like actual talking, it was more like a gurgled cry. And as the noise got more indistinguishable and loud over the next minute, the picture began to get strange. The sidewalk started going in directions that seemed impossible based on how Mickey was walking. The dismal face of the mouse slowly curled into a smirk as well. And on the 7th minute mark, without any sort of warning or change, the murmur turned into a blood-curdling scream, and the picture was growing more and more obscure, faster. Colors were happening that shouldn't have been possible at that time period. Mickey's face began to fall apart with his eyes rolling to the bottom of his chin and his curled smile pointing upward on the left side of his face. The buildings became rubble floating in midair, and the sidewalk was still impossibly navigating in warped directions. At this point, Mr. Maltin became disturbed and left the room. He sent in an employee to finish the video and take notes of everything happening up until the last second, and immediately store the disc of the cartoon in the vault afterwards. According to his notes, the distorted screaming lasted until 8 minutes and a few seconds in, when it abruptly cuts to the Mickey Mouse face at the end of every video, with what sounded like an out-of-tune music box playing in the background. This happened until the last 30 seconds, but I haven't been able to find out what happened in those last, final seconds. From a security guard under me who was making rounds outside that room, I was told what happened after. After the video ended, the employee stumbled out of the room looking very pale. He repeated, "Real suffering is not known," 7 times before taking the guard's pistol and shooting himself in the face. The only thing I could get out of Leonard was that the last frame was a piece of Russian text that roughly translated to, "The sights of hell bring its viewers back in." And as far as I know, no one else has seen it. However, there have been dozens of attempts to get the file onto the internet by employees inside the studios, all of whom were promptly terminated of their jobs. Now, whether or not it got online is up for debate, but if rumors serve me right, it's online under the name suicidemouse.aiv. And if you ever happen to stumble across a copy of it, I want you to never view it. I need you to contact me by phone immediately, regardless of time, whether it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 3:30 in the morning. You need to contact me instantaneously. Because when a Disney death is covered up as well as this, it means it has to be something huge.